Hello, it's Mella, and today's video is a part 2 to the one that I did last week, and this is interiors, and I really hope you enjoy. So, as we're starting off, I'm inside of the house, and just getting rid of the stuff that I kind of placed there temporarily, and I'm already starting on what I think is going to be the kitchen. And I start off by putting a furnace and then what looks like a chimney. I put up some walls and then just kind of connected it to the ceiling, as well as placing a crafting table and some barrels to look like cabinets. And then I placed a cauldron to look like a sink with a trapdoor in front of it, and got some water to put inside, so it looks like a sink, which I think is very cute because you can't really notice it's there. And I put upper cabinets here that are also barrels, and my first tip would definitely be to just put things that aren't actually what they are and use them as something else. Like a furnace kind of looks like an oven, and these barrels look like cabinets, but they're not really cabinets, but you can use them as that. And I also recommend using lanterns just because even if you don't have shaders, just the light that they give off is really nice. I also put a little couple flower pots there just because I really like the look of having flowers. It adds some extra color and just a little bit more details to the build. I also put an item frame with a clock in it, because it looks like a clock, but also just because it adds some more detail. I was going to put some paintings. I couldn't really decide, and I couldn't really get them how I wanted them to look, and I decided they just weren't really going to work. But I kept trying for a little bit, and that's a big part of building or really doing anything, is trying things that you wouldn't normally do and just see what works, because if you don't try, like if I hadn't put those paintings there, then I would have not really known that they wouldn't look good. And I also added some curtains that are blue banners, and this is another thing. I never really would have added blue banners as curtains. Normally I add white ones because they just look more elegant and fit with other things, but I added blue ones, and I actually think it looks kind of cool. I went for a sort of blue theme, which I also did on the outside of the house, by adding all the flowers. And here I added some bookcases, which my first idea was to build a wall to kind of separate part of it, but I decided because of the big windows and like the whole placing of everything, it wasn't really going to work. So to take up some space, I just placed some bookcases there with a lantern. And looking back now, I realize I probably could have put some looms in there to look like empty bookcases, but that's another part of it, is just changing things, just deciding what you think looks good and what's part of your style. Like this little couch that I have there, I like it, and I think it looks cute. And, maybe in older builds, I would have used a different block. Here I also added a little checker pattern carpet. I think it looks cute, actually. And I also have a lot of flower pots, just, to add one little more detail to the build. I didn't mention it before, but I also added a enchanting table. And, there was a lot of blue in the room already, so I did add some other plants, like a bamboo, which looks so adorable in a flower pot, I have to say. And, I also added a fern, and just adding different things, as well as like a sapling, just trying different things out and seeing what you like. That's another part of just building in general. Like, I like building kind of classical looking houses with, very sort of vintage, rustic kind of looking things with lots of nature aspects to them. And as you can see here, I'm working on the second floor, and I decided to go for stained glass panes, which I never really do that. As well as adding a blue. That's not blue. That is red. A blue. No, why did I say blue again? A red bed, which was the original, and I think it looks kind of cute. I also really like having these kind of slabs around the bed because it makes it look bigger, but also it makes it more fun to like walk onto it. And then adding blocks to the back of it kind of looks like nightstands, and you can place things on it, which I'm pretty sure in a past video I put a chest there, and I think that looks really cute. I was very proud of that. And here I'm also struggling with the concept of a checker pattern, even though I've done it before. Don't know why that was difficult for me, but here I'm adding a colored, like, it doesn't have any white or black in it, colored rug, which I think looks cool. I definitely wouldn't have normally tried that before, but, I'm trying to think of new things to add. My other advice is, and I kind of edited out most of the going into my inventory for the majority of the first part of this video, is to just look through all of the items in the game. Place random stuff everywhere, and honestly, just try using different blocks. I know that there's lots of challenges and such, like the 3-color challenge or stuff like that, or using a wheel to decide things that can really help you get out of your comfort zone and try different things. And I would definitely like to try that one day. Maybe comment if you'd like to see something like that. Because, doing things that are outside of your comfort zone, that's really what makes you improve. And as you can see here, I'm adding some bookcases, which, not very far out of my comfort zone, but still made an improvement in the build, I think. So that's the excuse I'm using. I also added some lanterns, and I probably would have added some to the ceiling because, I don't know, they kind of look cool like that. But since the ceiling was actually stairs, as the house didn't actually have 2 floors originally, so it didn't have like an actual ceiling on the 2nd floor, it just kind of wasn't going to work like that. I also had some vines because I felt like there wasn't enough green in the room, which, if you couldn't tell already, I was going for a red theme on the top and a blue theme on the bottom, and I don't actually remember what the idea for that was, like my original thinking, but I think it was actually kind of cool to do something different than just, the basic wood and plants and, some white curtains and such. Well, I mean, I did add the white curtains, but also you do have to think about things, like, will the blocks that I'm choosing match the other blocks that I'm using? Like, just, really put some effort into what you're building, because I noticed that when I'm being lazy, or like if I'm just randomly playing just, because I'm bored, it doesn't end up looking as good. You have to put the thought and the effort and, the passion into it. If you're just watching this video because, I don't know, why are you watching this video? But if you're, like, actually trying to think of, like, how to become better in building, one of the main things is, like, why do you want to become better, I sound like I'm in, like, some philosophy class or something. I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying. You should probably ignore half the stuff I say, but yeah. Anyway, I wasn't actually watching what was happening in the video, but my other thing was maybe do some research. Like, I didn't know that you could dye leather armor, so when I learned about that, I started putting, like, dyed leather armor, what are they called? Armor stands around my builds and stuff, and I think that looks kind of cool. Like, if you feel like there's a corner or something, or, like, you're building a closet or something, maybe add one of those. It might look good. And here I'm adding a golden axe. Would I normally use a golden axe? No. But does it look kind of cool? Yeah, actually. I also kind of love how the window in the front of the room is, like, really big. And here's the final result. As you can see, I'm walking into the house, closing the door behind me so I don't get followed by the non-existent creatures that live in this world, maybe. And here is the final first floor, and I like it. It could be better, yes, but that's another part of doing builds, is recognizing improvement. And, could I look at my old builds that I did when I was, like, 9 and just, like, get upset at how bad they are? Yes. But I recognize that I'm better than that now, and I enjoy what I'm doing. And here is the 2nd floor, which is the bedroom. Did I actually say that? I don't know. I probably should have, though. And that's about all, I think. So I really hope you enjoyed watching, and I maybe will see you next week. Actually, yes, I will. I know, because I'm going to upload. And like and comment, maybe subscribe. I don't know. Maybe you'd want to. And have a great day. Goodbye.